Ottawa County Probate Court overview. We're going to give you the ins and outs of the Ottawa County Probate Court. Let's get right at it. The Ottawa County Probate Court is located at 12120 Fillmore Street at the Fillmore Complex in West Olive, Michigan. It's part of this very large complex that includes the Juvenile Center and jail. And it's important to understand that this building is a different location than if you search for the circuit court. So it's really important that you use good mapping software or follow the map that I've attached here before traveling there to make sure you go to the Fillmore complex. Parking is readily accessible around the building, no problem at all there. We always encourage people to leave early for court, get there early. It gives you a chance to get into the courthouse building, navigate where you need to go, take a deep breath before your court case may be beginning. And of course, because it's a secured building, you're going to need to go through security. A lot of people get really frustrated when they park their car, they get in line for security, they get to the security booth, and they're told that something in their purse or in their pocket violates the rules. So be mindful of what you bring into the building before you enter it. The Ottawa County Probate Court, of course, handles probate and trust-related matters. To understand why you may be at the Ottawa County Probate Court versus some other court is to understand the difference between venue and jurisdiction. Venue relates to the particular county upon which your matter may be proceeding. Jurisdiction relates to the subject matter. So for example, if you're dealing with a bankruptcy matter, you'd go to bankruptcy court. And of course, with a divorce matter, you'd go to the family law division of the circuit court. And so too, with probate matters, you go to the probate court. So if somebody has died and you're administering a deceased probate estate, the venue is in Ottawa County if the person was domiciled there at the time of their death, or if they lived out of the state of Michigan, if they had assets in Ottawa County. For trust matters, most trusts are administered outside of probate court involvement. But there are times that trusts need to be brought before the probate court. So for example, if the trust itself had supervision within the trust that required court approval, or if there's a dispute involving the trust, whether it's the formation of the trust, or a dispute between the trustee and the beneficiaries, or maybe an interpretation of the language of the trust, the probate court has jurisdiction over those matters. In addition, the probate court has jurisdiction over guardianship proceedings. These are proceedings involving the well-being of an individual who lacks capacity. So, if the matter is filed in Ottawa County, that would mean that the person is a resident of Ottawa County. So too with conservatorships. Think of guardianships for care and well-being, and conservatorships for the financial well-being, their financial authority within their particular set of circumstances. If the individual is unable to manage their own financial matters because of their particular health issues or circumstances, a conservatorship may be necessary. And again, it's filed based on the residency. So if they live in Ottawa County, it would get filed in Ottawa County. The Ottawa County Probate Court is really fortunate to have an experienced judge, Judge Mark A. Fayen, as its judge. He is, as I said, the chief judge. He's a graduate of Calvin College and the University of Illinois. The Ottawa County Probate Court is a court that has a pretty extensive e-filing system that's currently in place, in which the state of Michigan beta tested this entire statewide process by using Ottawa County. Many of the things that you would normally need to do by going to the physical building can be done through Ottawa County's web system. You can access that by going to MI for Michigan, ottawa.org, O-R-G, as I've delineated on this particular slide. This particular slide shows that the Ottawa County Probate Court has a lot of really helpful information, including information about processes to establish guardianship or conservatorship, or opening a deceased estate, as well as filing fees and particular online services that are available. So rather than going all the way down to the probate court to just pick up a form, you can go to this site as well as many other sites to get access to those free state court administrator approved forms that are needed to be filed with the probate court. Often people are confused about the costs relating to the filing fees for various matters at the probate court. The most common petitions that are filed to start proceedings are guardianship petitions, conservatorship petitions, petitions relating to opening up a deceased probate estate, petition or application, as well as a guardianship for an individual with a developmental disability. The filing fees for most of these are $175, and as you can see, there is no fee for a DD, a developmental disability petition. But that doesn't tell the whole story. So for example, in a deceased probate estate, there are other expenses and filing fees that will be expected. You have to publish in most deceased probate estates. You will pay a gross inventory fee based on the value that's reflected on the inventory. And you'll pay for the letters of personal representative. So these are just examples that this list, you should really expect that the fees will be beyond that of just the opening of the estate. People often confuse the opening is just the beginning of this process. So you have to look a few steps ahead. And again, consult with an attorney if you have any questions about the filing fees and the cost to hire a lawyer as it relates to doing this type of work. Ottawa County was named Ottawa County after the Ottawa Nation, an indigenous American ethnic group. And each year, the state of Michigan does a case summary report that identifies the volume of files that are filed within each county. Ottawa County is a really fast-growing county, one of the fastest growing in Michigan, because it has some large cities that are now starting to grow. Now, typically, the volume of cases that exists within any court system is merely a reflection of its population. So as you can see from the State of Michigan Case Summary Report, Ottawa County is handling a lot of cases. In 2019, there were 304 deceased estates. Adult guardianships and minor guardianships are 180 for adult guardianships and 76 for minor guardianships. So a lot of proceedings that begin at the probate court in Ottawa County, a total of 1,158. If you look at the lower section of this case summary report, at the end of December 31 of 2019, there were a total of 439 files for deceased estates and trusts that remained within the court's docket, and adults with guardianships represented 327. So again, a really healthy caseload. What does this tell us? It tells us that when you go to the probate court in Ottawa County, you should understand that you're one of many files. And you should be patient and make sure that you express to the court in your matter that these are the facts that relate to your particular set of circumstances, because the court may not remember your file with this large volume of files that the court is managing under its docket. Now, our office, the Probate Pro, assists people with probate-related matters, and we strongly encourage people to go through probate, go to the probate court, and through these various probate proceedings with the assistance of counsel. That lawyer speaks the language, knows how the court rules interact with the statutes, knows how to orally advocate in front of a judge, and they come in it without the emotion that you would be bringing if you stood there alone. You can contact us at the Probate Pro by visiting our website at theprobatepro.com or calling us at 833-PROBATE. We'd be happy to discuss your matter with you.